Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Sunday night, stepping out of our realm and broadcasting a great race here tonight. It's a Sunday night broadcast, New Year's Day special event at the USA 200 Tour Modifieds here at USA International Speedway. It's going to be 200 laps of pure open wheel short track race action coming your way momentarily as the drivers are going to begin lining up down on pit road to begin their single car qualifying here tonight. Track conditions down there that they're going to be facing while under qualifications here at this lovely, close to a 3/4 mile track, 73 degrees in the air, 45% humidity, clear skies here this evening, and a 73-degree track temperature. So we'll start to see cars come out momentarily as we got cars down there all over pit box ready to rumble here at USA International Speedway. As you can hear the roar of those modifieds down there on pit road. There's a good look at these guys sitting down there ready to roll. And they're going to begin qualifying here now as they move into the qualifying session. Drivers will be lining up off of pit road, and they will be out there. So while we wait for them to get lined up, we're going to go ahead and take a short commercial break. We'll be right back, folks.
Bristol. It's the world's fastest half mile, often called the last great Coliseum. And now, it's home to the U.S. Nationals of short track racing. Your favorite short track superstars come to Thunder Valley from 6 of your favorite short track divisions. Three tiers of late models are included as they take to the high banks. It's coming May 2017. Bristol, now home to the U.S. Nationals of short track racing. Dreams will become reality.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, this Sunday night for the New Year's special event, the USA 200, featuring the Tour Modifieds here at USA International Speedway. We are underway with qualifying here tonight, as we got our first driver out there setting a time of 20.775. Driver that you see out there, Abbas Ladak out there, is coming in for his second time here tonight. Out into the backstretch towards turn number 3. That number 6 machine makes his way around the track. And it looks like final time here tonight is going to be a 21.240 is the fast time to beat right now. Glenn Pressel III on the track right now, the number 19 machine making his way around. I believe that's Snap-on the back of that car, sponsor on the 19 machine. His first time as he comes across the start-finish line. His first time here tonight is going to be a 19.796, so he's going to go straight to the top with that fast time. And Pressel III out of turn 4 for his second time here tonight. What's he going to put down on the track as we take a look? It's going to be a 19.438. That is going to be the fast time to beat. Randy Murphy, the 07 car, on the track now, as he makes his way around the red and white, beautiful looking Tour Modified Carolina driver into the backstretch on his first run here, giving it a go. Off of turn 4, here he comes into the front stretch. The 07 of Randy Murphy. 19.769 is his first time up there, as he works his way around the track yet again here in his second attempt to qualify here at USA. Murphy now into turns 3, heading into turn 4. Here he comes out of 4 into the front stretch. Randy Murphy, his final time. And it's going to be a 19.628. That's going to keep him in second position. So John Minotto on the track now, about to set down his first time here as he makes his way around the 177 machine, or 771 as they had it backwards. First lap time is a 19.450. It's good enough to get him into second position here as he heads into turns 3, now 4 of his final qualifying attempt tonight. Into the front stretch, Minotto's time. As he crosses, it's going to be a 19.641. So he will stay in second position with that time. Now out on the track, Jason Meredith, the 44 machine, working his way around. Oh, he's going to get loose out of 4. And I'm not sure he's going to have a qualifying time with that. So he'll have to try it again here. He got loose. He'll have 1 lap instead of 2. Meredith's around. Into third turn, turn number 4. Here he goes into the front stretch, his qualifying time tonight. Number 44 of Jason Meredith puts down a 28.858, unfortunately, due to the spin out. Robert Tarbox Jr. makes his way out on the track, the 98 machine, working his way into his qualifying attempt. Crosses the start-finish line into his first lap attempt tonight. Race control did give Meredith a second opportunity, 19.882. He's fourth quick for the 44. Tarbox's first time as he crosses the start-finish line is going to be a 19.892. That's fifth quick, already into the top 5. Tarbox off of 4. Let's see what he's got. Across that start-finish line, his fast time tonight's going to be straight to the top with a 19.287. Edging out Pressel the third. So we'll look to our 7th qualifier of the night on the track. Eric Mullinax, the 85, into his qualifying attempt. RJ Motorsports behind the technology on that tour modified. Off of 4 into the front stretch. Mullinax's first time here tonight is going to be a 20.420. That is currently 6th quick. As Mullinax works his way off the 4th turn for his final attempt at qualifying tonight across that start-finish line. It's going to be a 19.521. That is 4th quick for the 7th qualifier here this evening. Tyler Chadwick is your 8th qualifier up next. The number 11 machine working his way into his first attempt as he fires the car off of turn 4 into the front stretch. Chadwick's first qualifying time is going to be 2nd quick with a 19.343. Into his second attempt now, turns 3 and 4. The number 11 of Chadwick into the front stretch. Close to that wall, looking a little bit loose. Well, will he edge out that fast time? Not quite. 19.411 for the number 11 of Tyler Chadwick. Your 9th qualifier underway now. That is RJ Bishop making his way into his first attempt here tonight. The 87 of RJ Bishop. RJ Motorsports and Racing Joy Motorsports behind that lovely cream-colored 87 machine. Into his first attempt here tonight. His time's going to be 2nd quick, 19.343. And RJ Bishop ready to set down his final qualifying time, really close to the wall. Can he get that fast time slot? Not quite. It's going to be 19.526. So we look at our next qualifier up on the track. Kevin O'Dow, the number 63 car, making his attempt here. 2K Racing on that lovely red, blue, and white Tour modified. Looking about fourth quick with his time, 19.375. Still the time to beat here tonight, 19.287, set by Robert Tarbox Jr. O'Dow now into the front stretch, or into the back stretch, excuse me. He'll finish out with a 19.375, one lap, good enough there. We got Jason Perkins on the tracks next, the number 62. Making his way into his first attempt here tonight. Cross that start-finish line. He is going to set down a sixth quick time, 19.440. He'll be right behind Glenn Pressel III. Previously had a 19.438. Perkins now into the front stretch across that start-finish line. His final attempt tonight is going to get him a 19.486, so he'll be slower on the second lap. So he'll remain sixth quick overall. Junior Harville on the track, the number 41 machine. Untamed Motorsports Custom Speed Kart Shop, the sponsor on that car. Taking his first shot as he comes off of turn number 4. His first time here tonight. He's going to go to 11th quick with a 20.131. Harville now into turns 3 and 4 of his final qualifying lap. Can he get a faster run this time around? That lap is going to actually be quicker, 19.384. He goes up into the top 5, and a little spin out there and then barely missing the wall there for Junior Harville. Daniel Muldrew now into his qualifying attempt here tonight, the 121 machine. Making his way around the track off of turn 4. Let's see what he's got for the first time here tonight. First qualifying lap is going to be 9th quick with a 19.503. Muldrew into the backstretch towards that third turn. Let's see if he's got a faster lap on him this time around for lap number 2. Here he goes across that start-finish line. And it's going to be a little bit slower, a 19.451. So Muldrew will be 9th quick overall in qualifying. Clifton Cockrell on the track now, the number 27 car. Works his way into his first lap here tonight. Into the backstretch towards turn number 3. And Cockrell's time, 19.390, is just outside the top 5. It'll be 6th quick. For that first lap, let's see what he's got for lap number 2. Hitting speeds close to 140 miles an hour. Into the front stretch. His second lap time is going to be a 19.695, so it will be slower. His qualifying time is finally a 19.390, 6th quick. For the number 27 of Clifton Cockrell. Chris Forrester, the 58 car, making his way into his qualifying run tonight. The red and black machine into the front stretch off of turn 4. His first lap time tonight, straight to the top with a 19.205, edging out the previous time set by Robert Tarbox Jr., the 19.287. So Chris Forrester, your fast qualifier so far, up into that pole position. Second lap for Forrester is going to be a 19.283. Still quick enough to keep him up into that top slot. The number 18 of Rick Webster on the track now. Webster on Untamed Motorsports, and John Deere, the sponsor on that car, as he makes his way around turns 3 and 4 of his first qualifying attempt into the front stretch. Webster's first time. He will look to be 8th quick. 19.432 for Rick Webster's first qualifying attempt. Works his way into the backstretch. Now off of turn 4. Webster's final time, 19.403. And it looks like it's still going to be an 8th quick time for Rick Webster. Gary Holbrook on the track now into his first attempt here tonight, the number 71 machine. Untamed Motorsports Outdoor Partners Trophy Whitetails, the sponsor on that 71. Off of turn 4, let's see what he's got for his first time. A little wiggle action. Comes across that start-finish time. It's going to be 3rd quick for Holbrook, 19.342. Edging out that 3.43 time set by R.J. Bishop. Here comes Holbrook's second attempt as he brings the 71 into the front stretch for the second time. Second lap is going to be a 19.489. So that 3.42 time will hold true, and he'll be starting 3rd so far. Joseph Gulata on the track now, the 98 car. Or 86 car, man, if I can get my numbers right here tonight. The 86 of Gulata. Ready to put down his first time into the front stretch, crossing that start-finish line. The 86 of Gulata. Tagged the wall right before it, so it's not going to count, folks. And I don't think he's going to be satisfied with the car right now, so he will not be setting an actual qualifying time currently, as he tagged the wall, pretty much disqualifying that time. Stephen Costley on the track now, the number 76 car, making his way into his qualifying attempt, part of the RJ Motorsports crew. Into the backstretch, fires it down low in turns 3 and 4. Fades it to the wall in the front stretch. Here's Costley's first time. What has he got? He's going to be 10th quick with a 19.429. Stephen Costley off of turn 4 into the front stretch yet again. His second attempt here tonight. Can it get him up further up the charts? 19.461. He's going to stay steadfast in 10th position with that first time of 4.29. Royce Scrivano on the track now, the number 75 car, making his attempt at qualifying tonight. Into his first lap time into the front stretch. Let's see what Scrivano's got here. It's going to be second quick with a 19.228 for the 75 car. Can he get the pole position and edge out Chris Forrester? Let's see what he's got. Here comes Royce Scrivano, his second attempt tonight. It's going to be a little bit slower, 19.298. So he'll be so far starting on the outside of that first row. Kyle O'Danick on the track now. The number 21 car. Me Undies, the sponsor on that car. O'Danick's first time. 4th quick with a 19.291. Working his way off a turn 4, very close to the wall. Let's see what he's got. It's going to be a little bit slower, 19.440 for that second time. So the 291 will keep him in 4th position the mastermind behind tonight's event. It is the 88 of Keith Jeffrey on the track now. Jeffrey, part of the Untamed Motorsports, Evergreen Sales and Lease, LP Gear, East West Promotions. Fires into his first lap. And he's going to be fifth quick up into the top five with a 19.319. And I think that will be satisfactory for the 88. Gerald John on the track, the 59 car. Works his way towards his first attempt tonight. Alpha Turn 4, Untamed Motorsports Dunleavy Truck and Tire Repair, the sponsor on the car. Works his way into the backstretch towards that third turn. Gerald John's first time as he makes his way into the front stretch, flirting with that wall. It's going to be straight to the top. We've got a new pole sitter. 19.177. Edging out the 58 of Chris Forrester, who had a 19.283. Wow, what a run. His second time here tonight. Can he get even quicker? Second lap is going to be a little bit quicker. It's going to be a 19.163. So if you thought the 177 was fast, John delivers on a faster time second time around. 19.163, the fast time to beat. Heath Smith, the number 2 car, will take his shot at qualifying. Gale Force is the team that he is on. Into his first attempt to cross that start-finish line. Oh, he is going to be right to the top. Wow, 19.0510, oh mama. We got the fast boys up front. Gerald John with the 19.163, and I tell you what, folks, Heath Smith happy with that time. No need to take another shot at it with that 19.051 straight to the pole. Perkins now onto the track, the number 33 car. Second of the Perkins that we've seen here tonight, John Perkins. Team Wolfpack, Phillips 66, the sponsor on the car. Here comes Perkins into the front stretch. His first time tonight. We'll get him third quick with a 19.176. A lot of these sandbaggers in qualifying waiting to the last moment. His second time here tonight, John Perkins will have a 19.252, so the 176 will stick third for the number 33 car. Next up here is Chad Miller, the 17 machine. Another Team Wolfpack, Glock Perfection, the sponsor on the car. Into his first qualifying attempt. As Miller works his way off of turn number 4 into the front stretch. The number 17's time, let's see what he's got. It's going to be 6th quick with a 19.280. Can he get a faster lap time and crack that top 5? We'll have to see. Here comes Chad Miller into the front stretch, flirting with that wall. His second lap time here tonight, he will be up into the top 5, 4th quick with a 19.199. Beautiful job done there for Chad Miller. The number 57 of Connor Blaze on the track now. Blaze Enterprises. Going to take the high route and dive it low into the front stretch, working to the midpoint. Connor Blaze into his first qualifying attempt tonight. Vertex, the sponsor on the car. And Blaze looking a little slow through turns 3 and 4. Let's see if it pays off, though. Let's see what he's got. Cross that start-finish line. First qualifying attempt will be 23rd quick with a 19.538. Connor Blaze, the 57 machine, looking for his second lap time here tonight. Can he correct the top 15? Let's see, 19.538 the first lap. Second lap, oh, he's even into the top 10, folks, with a 19.307. Beautiful run on that second lap for Connor Blaze. Dave Bodillo on the track now, the number 16 car. Into his first qualifying attempt. Bodillo, part of the Untamed Motorsports team. His first time here tonight as he crosses the start-finish line. Third quick with a 19.166. Untamed is correct there for the 16 of Bodillo, looking for that possible pole position. He looked like he tagged the apron a little bit in turn 3. Second time, 19.209, so he will hold steadfast in third position. And I believe that is all the qualifiers we're going to see here tonight, folks. So we are going to go now to the playing of the national anthem. When we come back, we have 200 laps of tour modified action coming right at you. So don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to USA International Speedway this Sunday night for the New Year's Day special event. 200 laps of tour modified action coming your way momentarily as we wait for the drivers to finish up their driver meeting. We're going to go down and talk with one of the drivers here. Now we're going to bring in Connor Blaze to talk a little bit about tonight. How you doing tonight, Connor?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Tell us a little bit about the track conditions that you've seen here tonight during your qualifying attempt.
Pretty loose, not able to get grip down in the low line.
Well, your first time, you looked a little loose on your first run, but you were able to pull it together and crack the top 10 in your qualifying attempt here tonight. Do you have any expectations for USA? Is this one of your favorite tracks, or do you have some concerns out there before we head to the grid?
Yeah, it's one of my worst. Don't got a long run set, so I'll see if I can manage tires tonight.
All right. Was there anybody you want to give a shout-out to before we let you go?
Vertex for being on the car.
All right. Best of luck to you in tonight's race.
Thank you.
There you have it, folks. Connor Blaze providing a little pre-race interview. Another driver we're going to look to snag for an interview now is we are being joined by John Perkins here tonight. How you doing tonight, John?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Not too bad. That 19-176 got you fourth quick. You'll be inside the top 5 at the start of this race. Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the track and how you saw out there during qualifying.
Well, it's a little slower than what we were used to practicing, so I don't know if we've got the right adjustments in here. We'll see here in just a little while. A little nervous first race of this length or anything like that, so we'll see how it goes. Hope we got a good, clean racing with everybody.
All right. Was there anybody you'd like to give a shout out?
Yes, I would. I'd like to thank Mark Logan, Jeremy Adams, Ed Clark, my teammates Chad Miller and Chris Forrester. Good luck, everybody. Good, clean race.
All right. Thank you very much, John. Best of luck to you in the race coming up. There you have it, folks. John Perkins, the number 16 car, the 33 car that we saw laid down a 19-176 time, got him up into the top 4. Here is a look real quick. We're going to bring it up on the screen for you. And it was the 19-051 set by the number 2 of Heath Smith, who is looking to be on the poles. Gerald John, Dave Bodillo, John Perkins, Chad Miller, the top 5, Chris Forrester, Roy Scrivano, Robert Tarbox Jr., Kyle Odanik, and Connor Blaze, the top 10, here at the USA International Speedway this Sunday night. Looking on back, Keith Jeffrey, Gary Holbrook, RJ Bishop, Tyler Chadwick, Kevin Odeo. To see the top 15 there, only about 0.3 off of the time set by Heath Smith. Junior Harville, Clifton Cockrell, Rick Webster, Stephen Cosley, Glenn Pressel III will be all the way up through 20. Jason Perkins, John Minoto, Daniel Muldrew, Eric Mullinax, Randy Murphy through 25, Jason Murtis, Abbas Ladak, Joseph Gulata, Kenneth Boehm, and Adam Maddox through 30. And Adam Maddox tonight got him up there. Andrew McCall is well down on the field, not setting a qualifying time. We're going to pop in and get Maddox real quick here. Always had to be able to cover your pro late model series that you had a while back there. How you been doing, Adam?
Oh, we're doing great. How about you?
Not too bad. Looking for some great modified race action here tonight at USA. Is there anything you'd like to say as we give you the floor?
Man, I just want to thank all these drivers who came out. Thank everyone for listening. I got a great group of talent here, ready to race hard, and see if they can come home with the prize.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, Adam, and we hope to see some great racing here this Sunday night.
Thanks, you too, Dustin.
All right, folks. Well, it does look like the drivers are making their way down to the grid. Here's the track conditions that they're going to face tonight. Again, 73 degrees in the air, 45% humidity, clear sky with 73 degrees down there on the track here in Lakeland, Florida. As the drivers make their way to the grid, we are going to go ahead and get you the starting lineup. Pretty much going to be the same that you saw in the qualifying results. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at that. So Heath Smith, the number 2 car, will be on the pole position. The number 59 of Gerald John will be to the outside. Looking inside of row number 2 to the inside lane, the number 16 of Dave Bodillo. To the outside, the 33 of John Perkins in 4th. Row number 3 to the inside lane, rounding out your top 5 here tonight, the number 17 of Chad Miller. He's going to have the 58 of Chris Forrester to the outside. Row number 4 to the inside lane, the number 75 of Roy Scrivano. We'll have the number 98 of Robert Tarbox Jr. to the outside. Row number 5, the number 21 of Kyle Odanik and Connor Blaze, the 57 car, will round out your top 10 and row number 5 here at this race. Keith Jeffrey, Gary Holbrook, RJ Bishop, Tyler Chadwick, Kevin Odeo rounding out the top 15. Junior Harville, Clifton Cockrell, Rick Webster, Stephen Cosley, Glenn Pressel III through 20. Jason Perkins, John Minoto, Daniel Muldrew, Eric Mullinax, Randy Murphy, Jason Murtis, Abbas Ladak. Joseph Gulata is about where it's going to cut off as we have some race admins in there. So we're looking at about 28 cars fielding the grid here tonight. Hope you're ready for some great open wheel short track race action coming your way, folks. as the Porsche iRacing pace car begins to take them around the first of a 2-lap pace here at USA International Speedway. As they head into the front stretch, we're going to get the 1-to-go signal now. This time by lights are off that pace car. We'll get the green flag the next time around. Into the backstretch, just a half a lap. It'll be the entry point to turn number 3 when the pace car hits the pits. Tonight's camera is brought to you in part by Ryan Eckstein cameras. Here we go! Ready for 200 laps of modified race action at USA International Speedway. I'm Dustin Caldwell. I'll be bringing it as it unfolds. Pace cars into the pits off of turn number 4. Here we go! Green flag in the air! Into the first lap, and already Heath Smith, with a 0.3 of a second lead, fires into the backstretch. Gerald John in second, David Bodillo third, John Perkins in fourth, Chris Forster rounding out the top 5, and we've got a doozy back there around 6th position with Chad Miller. As they head into the front stretch, Miller's going to edge out all the insanity behind him. Scrivano, Tarbox Jr., and Connor Blaze in 9th position. Into the front stretch, or backstretch towards turn number 3. Side-by-side race action. As Tarbox and Odanik will finally find single file line. It'll be side-by-side racing. And these modifieds have come to race here tonight. Crossing that start-finish line. Into lap number 5, Heath Smith, still in front of the field with a 0.3 of a second lead. And as we take a look back across, that is how quick these guys are running here tonight. Smith, 5 total laps led, Gerald John in second. And the top 3 drivers are pulling away just a little bit. In third, it is David Bodillo. There is your race leader right there, Heath Smith. Into the backstretch now. As we look a little further back into the field, you can see the single file action. Temperatures a little cooler here tonight, should be able to provide some good side-by-side racing. Pending these drivers are looking to pick up any positions, but it is a long haul, 200 laps. Tire conservation is going to be the key here tonight. As we follow the 75 of Roy Scrivano. Scrivano down there on the track looking to make some maneuvers. Scrivano behind the 17 of Chad Miller, right in front of the 57 of Connor Blaze. Blaze is going to take a peek to the inside. Oh, and the door opens up in turn 3. Connor Blaze to the inside will send Scrivano back in 8th position. So Connor Blaze now moves up into 7th. right there. Started 10th here tonight, and in the first 11 laps has picked up 3 positions in this race, and already up to the bumper of the 57 of Chad Miller. Blaze is looking to move. He's going to take a peek to the inside of the front stretch here. Possibly look at another maneuver to the inside. Miller, though, will not give an inch to the 57 of Blaze. Blaze up into the high side. He's looking down low yet again, trying to find an opportunity to pass the 17 of Miller. Your race leader, Heath Smith, can now feel the pressure of the 59 of Gerald John on his bumper. Here on lap number 13. Smith off of turn number 4, heads to lap 14, crosses that start-finish line. 13 total laps led here tonight. And the top 3 drivers, Smith, John, and Bodillo, have pulled away to almost a 1-second lead over the 4th position, John Perkins. Chris Forrester back there as well. Perkins actually has some breathing room. And now Connor Blaze on the move yet again. Blaze looking to the inside of Miller. He's going to have some side-by-side racing towards turn number 3. Can the 57 move up into 6th position? The 17 of Miller's going to pass by. That is going to bring also the 75 of Scrivano down in that lower groove closer. And Blaze now up into 6th position. Scrivano not able to take advantage of it. He's going to allow the 17 to come back down right in front of him. So Scrivano will remain in 8th position. Miller will be back in 7th. Blaze now halves his way up the field from where he started into 5th position, heading into lap number 17. Heath Smith still up front of the field, looking at some lap traffic coming up. The 59 of Gerald John holding tight behind him. The 16 of Bodillo back there in 3rd. And you can see the gapage between Bodillo and Perkins. And Bodillo already looking to the midpoint of the turn where the other drivers are trying to run the lower groove. I believe Bodillo is actually trying to catch some outside momentum. A little check up there, and I think there was some contact between Gerald John and Heath Smith up front. John now, take a look at the momentum that Bodillo is running on the outside line, trying to get around Gerald John, and he's going to have it at the start-finish line, so Bodillo moves into 2nd position. And Bodillo right in front of the 59 of Gerald John before turn number 3, and he continues to run the outside line, putting the pressure on Heath Smith. How about that? That outside groove working to perfection for the 15 car, or 16 car of David Bodillo. Back to the inside comes the 59 of Gerald John. The top 3 up front are fighting hard for that race lead. Heath Smith, 21 laps to the 22 led here tonight. Working on lap number 22. Into turn number 3, Smith still in the lower groove, and Bodillo might try an inside move and pinch him with the lap car. Let's see what he's got. Down to the lower groove to the inside. Little crossover action from Bodillo to John. Gerald John in the 59 car. The Untamed Motorsports machine back behind Bodillo in turns 3 and 4 will settle up in 3rd. And the lap car. Oh, and an opportunity here for Gerald John. The number 6 car that you see up there, that's Abbas Ladak. And the top 3 drivers will move right around the lap car. So Ladak falls back 1 lap down as Heath Smith and Dave Bodillo fight hard up front for the race lead. They're going to be side by side into turn 3 here on lap 25. Can we get a new race leader off of turn 4? It's a drag race. And Dave Bodillo takes over the race lead on lap 26. First caution flag's going to come out. And it looks like Kevin O'Deo involved in that one. Let's go back and take a look. Well, as we bring you down closer to the action of the 63 car of Kevin O'Deo, he's just going to go up into the wall. Have a little bit of contact there. He's going to come down into the lower groove of turns 3 and 4. And he's going to be met with some contact from the 98 car. And that's just going to be a simple spin out there for O'Deo. Tarbox Jr. giving some contact off of turn 4. Looks like they were fighting for a little bit of the same racing room. Part of the track, they were ended up making a little contact there, and O'Deo is going to be falling back to, I believe, 27th position as a result, which will bring majority of the field down pit road. As you can see, pit road is filled up now. Majority of the cars. Smith with an extra long pit time there, folks. We're seeing an average lap time right around 22 to 23 seconds. Our pit time down there. Average lap time here tonight about in the mid-19s, and a little hang up there on pit road. So O'Deo's going to stay out. O'Deo's going to stay out and pick up some more laps led. The first car down pit road in third position, Gerald John with a 22.9 pit second time. Second pit time, if I can get my words right. Again, folks, hopefully you're enjoying tonight's broadcast, whether you're catching us out on YouTube, Twitch, or even Facebook Live. I'm Dustin Caldwell here with the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, our first broadcast of the 2017 year. Hopefully you had a safe and happy holiday season. Should be seeing the 1 to go signal this time. Bike cars should be able to bunch up. We'll see if they'll get a double file restart or if they're going to stick with a single file restart here at USA. Lights off the pace car. It will be a double file restart. O'Deo, Holbrook, John, and Forster will be your front four. They're going to make them wait one more extra lap, so we should be seeing the green on lap 33. These Tour Modifieds pushing well over 600 horsepower. You can just hear the rumble as they make their way into the front stretch. The Porsche iRacing pace car into the backstretch, set to go into the pits this time by O'Deo. Will be setting us the pace back to green on lap number 33. Here we go. Pace car moves down into the pits. Off of turn 4, Dave O'Deo takes off. There's the green flag. We're back to the race on lap 33. big pile up in turn number 1. Caution flag's going to come right back out just as we got back under the green. And some heavy damage there on John Minotto's car. Let's go back and take a look. So there is the restart, which I believe is going to be a lot of checkup action in turns 1 and 2 right there. Oh, there's some sparks flying. We're going to bring you closer down to the action there as Minotto is going to come into it. And it looks like the 21, there's Connor Blaze, the 57 is going to be involved. Minotto is actually going to make contact with Blaze. And we're going to actually go back. Let's dial the camera back just about a few moments beforehand here. See what we can get the initial start. So into the restart, we're going to slow it up even further here. Back into the restart for you. And we're going to follow Scrivano up ahead because I believe right around the 41 car was the start of it. And oh, wow, is he going to be on his roof? That is Junior Harville. Sparks will fly there. Up into the catch fence, folks. Sparks everywhere down there. And Harville can do nothing but just wait for that car, hopefully make it back down on all fours as it does. And a tough break on that second caution of the night. Gerald John, a total of 3 laps late. He'll pick up lap number 4 here as we get the 1 to go signal. Lights off the pace car. Everybody begins doubling up into turns 1 and 2. Bodilla went down pit road, had a 24.6 second pit time. He's going to be starting 16th in this restart. Staggering to the rest of the field, but here we go. Gerald John to bring us back to the green. Pace car into the pits. Here they come off of turn 4. Holbrook to the outside. There's the green flag. We're back to the race on lap 39. And your race leader, the 59 of Gerald John, who's been in 3rd position for the most part of the earlier part of this race. Here on lap 40, total of 6 laps led, and another caution flag's coming out. And we see Gulata involved in this one, the 86. Let's go back and capture that one. So right about there, he's going to have some contact with Keith Jeffrey. The 86 of Gulata is going to be sent up the track. And you're going to see him run up the wall just a little bit, come back down, and barely tag the wheel of the 27, maybe on a little Nerf bar contact there. And the 27 car of Clinton Cockrell spun right around, gives a little bit back to the 86. And a little incident there as they do the little spinning waltz there before turn number 3, and that's going to bring out the third caution flag on the night. So cautions breeding cautions. We show you the race summary, taking you up to the blimp cam as well. Beautiful night here in Lakeland, Florida. Gerald John up in front of the field currently. 2 lead changes, 3 total cautions in the first 41 laps. Here's a look at your top 5. John, Holbrook, Forrester, Perkins, and Tarbox Jr. Again, pretty much had a green flag run early on, folks. Did not see our first caution flag for the most part until lap 25. And ever since then, it's been cautions breeding cautions within the first couple laps of these last restarts. Pretty much the only driver on the top 10 who has not come down pit road is the 71 of Gary Holbrook. Every other driver has been down pit road since. And if things continue the way that we're seeing them here, caution after caution, Holbrook might actually set himself up for a good chance to not have to pit later in the race. As they head into lap 45, the one-to-go signal from the flag stand. The lights come off the pace car. Gerald John, Gary Holbrook, Chris Forrester, John Perkins, your front 4. Dips into the pits. Gerald John, Gary Holbrook up front, ready to go back to the green. There's the green flag. We're back to the race on lap 46. Going to be involved in this one, the 86 car. As we'll look to roll back the replay camera. And some near 3-wide action and around. You're seeing the 86 of Gulata, they fought hard, and whoa, do we have some cars flipping up. A little bit of turtle action out of a couple of cars down there. I believe the 18 of Rick Webster, one of the drivers involved as well. And as we get our ears open here for race control, we're going to see if they're going to move to a single file restart, as the last few have just ended in cautions. Generally, if you have 3 cautions in a row, they typically move to a single file restart to bring it back towards a green flag run. So we'll have to see what race control decides here. We'll take you down on board here with Gerald John. Get an idea what the track looks like behind the pace car. And you can see the track getting a little rubbered up down there as the streaks of tires expending grip right there in turn 2. Cooler conditions tonight providing a little bit of extra grip, but as these guys progress and get some good green flag running, you're going to expect to see this track get a lot darker, especially right here into the entry point of turn number 3. Everybody's been using this lower groove, and you can see the darkness down there on the track. So the lights come off the pace car. They are going to continue double file action here into lap 52 when we get the restart. The 59 of Gerald John bringing us back to green. Total of 17 laps led. Gary Holbrook will be to the outside. Quarter of the race now complete. Here we go. Off of turn 4, there's the green flag. Clean restart that time by off of turn 4, Gerald John. 19 laps led as he headed to lap 53. Following John as he comes off of turn 4. Everybody flirting with that wall. Just back in third position, Heath Smith, who led the first 24 laps of the race. On the move, right behind Chris Forster, who's in second position. The 71 of Gary Holbrook back in fourth, who started in second position, has fallen 2 slots back. John Perkins in the top 5 there. Part of the Wolfpack crew, the 33 machine. Looking to put some pressure there on Holbrook. Back from the depths, the number 16 of Dave Bodillo. Another driver who's led 9 laps here tonight. Back behind Keith Jeffrey, the 88 machine. Currently running 7th position. Back up and taking a look at your race leader into the front stretch here towards lap 58. Gerald John now has a 6/10 towards a 7/10 of a second, about 6.5 second lead over the 58 of Chris Forrester. On the move now, Rick Webster, the number 18 car. just edging out Tyler Chadwick. You can see Webster on the move towards the 44 of Murtis. Edging quicker and closer to the bumper of Jason Murtis, just ahead. The John Deere 18 of Rick Webster. Working that car. Holbrook now to the inside of Keith Jeffries. Jeffrey back in 6th position as Holbrook has moved into the top 5. Bodillo as well, just ahead. Is pulling away. Dave Bodillo's pulling away just a little bit. Currently 2.67 seconds behind your race leader. And a nice green flag run that we're seeing here. Last caution flag coming out on lap 45. What a lead this guy has over the field. Edging closer to a 1 second lead now. The Untamed Motorsports 59 of Gerald John. Just over 0.8 of a second in front of the 58 of Chris Forrester. Caution flag's going to come out. And that one looks like it's going to go by way of debris down on the track. Little piece of metal shards there. Glenn Purcell and Kevin O'Deo having a little bit of contact, which is going to bring everybody back down pit road. There's a look there as we see the 71 machine. Gary Holbrook coming off of pit road. There goes Heath Smith. Holbrook had a 21.6 second pit time that go around. Gerald John still has yet to get in there. Heath Smith had a 24.1 second pit time. A little bit of hold there from the drivers. This is the New Year's Day special event, USA 200 Tour Modifieds here at USA International Speedway this Sunday night. We're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, still got more race action to come your way. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
Bristol. It's the world's fastest half mile, often called the last great Coliseum. And now, it's home to the U.S. Nationals of short track racing. Your favorite short track superstars come to Thunder Valley from 6 of your favorite short track divisions. Three tiers of late models are included as they take to the high banks. It's coming. May 2017. Bristol, now home to the U.S. Nationals of short track racing. Dreams will become reality.
Here at iRacing, we pride ourselves on interacting with our community and getting into the forums and seeing the discussions and doing surveys about what features and content, things that they want. It's been quite clear that one of the biggest features that people are looking for is dirt racing. You know, the first step in doing something like that was obviously our dynamic track project. It has set a great foundation for us to do a lot of different things with our surface going forward. With this dirt track project, it became evident that we needed to really become educated on what happens with dirt, not only the preparation of the track, but what happens to the surface as a race is going on. We've gotten in touch with the University of Northwestern Ohio, and there they have a terrific motorsports program, but they also have a big focus on dirt racing. They have their own dirt oval there called Lima Land. They actually have a dirt late model team and modified team as part of the curriculum for the school.
The university purchased the track for student involvement. They're out here for multiple purposes. We hold classes out here where they work on the vehicles that they build. We also have a motorsports team. They build, crew, and race the cars every Friday. So we have a huge involvement here at Lima Land Motorsports Park from the university.
And so we're sending Dan Garrison there to get educated and to learn what is different about dirt.
iRacing's traditionally done with asphalt. In that model, the track is, very stiff, and it's the tires that have the give and the bend. But when you start talking about a dirt track, the equation flips in that the track is the thing that gives and responds. That's going to be a big challenge, and it's something that we definitely want to get right.
Everybody wants different racetracks. Personally, I like faster racetracks. A dirt track fast is when you keep the moisture in it and don't let it get real hard on you. If you let it get real hard, it's just like cement. You cannot water cement. You put water on it, the water runs off. The racetrack has got to absorb the water. You got to keep a hard pan below it, but keep the loose stuff on top to make it fast.
The thing about dirt racing that I like the most is there's probably 20 other competitors on the track, but I was always taught by Mr. Knott, a guy that gave me my first sprint car ride, you're racing the racetrack. You're not racing the 20 other guys in that feature race, and you're constantly got the car in the slide. You're turning right to go fast. You have to figure the racetrack out and get your car to where it handles the best on the dirt.
It's good to kind of actually get to a racetrack that's in working condition and be able to see, okay, this is how the soil behaves and this is what it's like. And it's amazingly sticky is the thing I'm learning. It really holds together well.
Having worked with this group of guys on this code base now for 16 years, we've only ever done pavement. We've only ever done purpose-built, race cars that run on ovals or road courses. So it was natural. The first car that we're going to introduce for this is a dirt late model, and we've actually partnered with Clint Boyer, who has a dirt late model team, and he's given us access to his car. We've scanned it, we've photographed it, and started the data collection process with his team to understand how the car works. We couldn't ask for better data to build this dirt late model.
To be able to drive a car around a dirt track and really pitch it into a corner and get on the throttle and throw the car around a little bit and keep it under control, I think is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited about this project. I mean, we have a 25+ year history of making pavement racing between Papyrus and iRacing, and this is the real first chance we're venturing outside of that. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very optimistic that this will be launching this year.
Welcome back to USA International Speedway this Sunday night as we follow Heath Smith, currently running up in the top 5. Gerald John, total of 51 laps led here tonight in the race. Currently a 1.2 second lead over Keith Jeffrey, who has now made his way up into second position. As Jeffrey here tonight started 11th on the grid, has slowly but surely made his way up into that second position slot. Right behind him is that 58 car of Chris Forrester, who's been running up in the top 5 all night. Another driver back behind him, the number 16 of David Bodillo. Total of 9 laps led, but Heath Smith right in second as far as laps led. The 2 car led the first 24 laps of this race. Single file action out there on the field. Drivers concerned about tire wear here tonight with the long green flag runs. Of course, the last caution flag come out lap 64. They've been on these last set of tires. A lot of drivers got down pit road during that time. Had a fresher set of tires. You see guys get down on pit road, it's about a 22 to 24 second pit time tonight. Getting a full set of tires put back on the car and getting a little fuel added as well. And Gerald John into lap number 90. That's going to give him a total of 56 laps led, continuing a 1.2 second lead over the 88 of Keith Jeffrey. And Bodillo now looking to battle with Forrester. To the inside of Forrester. Bodillo's going to go around. Heath Smith was trying a little crossover action back with Forrester. He's going to give back what Bodillo would give him, but he's going to lose out right there in turns 3 and 4. Bodillo now into third position. About almost a second behind Keith Jeffrey. Heath Smith back in 5th position behind the 58 of Forrester. Another guy on the move right there is the 18 of Rick Webster. How about that? Started 18th here tonight, up into the top 10 with that John Deere 18 machine. Trying to track down the 33 of John Perkins. Perkins had been running up around the top 5 early part of this race. Currently about 4.7 seconds behind your race leader. Gary Holbrook, who has been up in second position tonight, currently running 6th. And it looks like Smith and Forrester at it again, and now Heath Smith's going to go around Chris Forrester. Heath Smith up into 4th position. This was your race leader early on tonight and your pole sitter here at USA. Chris Forrester, though, not looking to go away, keeping the pressure on Heath Smith here into lap number 97. There is your race leader, Gerald John. Into the backstretch towards the 3rd turn. Fastest lap was a 19.280 here tonight. Let's see what he's got for his last lap time. It was a 20.039 that time around. Keith Jeffrey into a little bit of lap traffic. Bodillo now has climbed up towards Jeffrey. How about that? Dave Bodillo, the 9 laps leader here tonight, looking to the inside of Keith Jeffrey. The battle for second position as they go at it. In the backstretch, Jeffrey's going to prove too much for Bodillo at this point. He's going to be relegated to third position. Oh, and a little bit of loose action coming off that fourth turn. Abbas Ladak, the 6 car, up to the high side. Heath Smith was able to get around. And Bodillo really driving the wheels off that car, trying to catch some momentum. One of the drivers we've seen here tonight being able to work the outside groove. Was trying to do it early on to get the race lead, and now he's going to try to do it again here by running the outside of Keith Jeffrey. And Dave Bodillo to the inside of Keith Jeffrey. They're going to fight for the same line. Nothing doing, and a little bit of looseness. He's going to try to fire the car to the inside yet again. Picking up the momentum at the outside, proving to be the place to be, and Bodillo's going to tag the wall right across the start-finish line. Perkins and Webster have had a little go around here tonight. Perkins just ahead of Rick Webster, currently by about 0.4 of a second, as Abbas Ladak, the lap traffic car, right in front of Perkins. The Mountain Dew machine, as Perkins looks to the inside. This, of course, helping out Rick Webster to get closer to John Perkins now. Perkins will finally find the inside of Ladak here into the first couple turns. Webster has now closed that gap. Was once a 0.4 of a second gap, has now got under about 0.3 of a second gap, so he's picked up some time right behind John Perkins. As we jump back to about 14th position, John Merritt is right back there, and Kevin O'Deo are going at it. And a little bit of a line war there. Merritt is, of course, in the 44 machine. Will edge out O'Deo, move away now. Keith Jeffrey there, folks, has picked up about a 0.3 of a second gap over Dave Bodillo. And Heath Smith now making his way to the bumper of the 16 of Bodillo. Into the back half of tonight's race, we've crested into lap 111, lap 112 now, as Gerald John, total of 78 laps led, still continues to lead the field by 1.6 seconds. Heath Smith looking to put the pressure on Dave Bodillo now. And he's going to take a look to the inside. Bodillo trying to climb up towards Jeffrey. And a nice little battle here for third. Oh! through, and an aggressive move by Dave Bodillo to the inside of Keith Jeffrey. He's going to make a statement for second position. Cross that start-finish line, it will hold by Jeffrey. So Keith Jeffrey in the 88 will hold on to second position, and Bodillo's going to spin just a little bit as he's going to tag the apron. That's going to give way to Heath Smith to move into third position. Bodillo's going to fall back to fourth, and now looks to be about almost about 1.5 to 2 seconds behind Keith Jeffrey. Heath Smith seized the opportunity when Bodillo went down and tagged the apron, now in third position, just about 0.3 of a second behind the 88 machine. And you can see there Heath Smith checking the inside of Keith Jeffrey for an opportunity to pass. The big gap up just ahead, right there into the front stretch, excuse me. As you can see, Gerald John, that 1.4 second has fallen off just a little bit. Heath Smith still taking a look to the inside of Keith Jeffrey. They're going to be side by side into the front stretch. That Gale Force Racing number 2 of Heath Smith. Your pole sitter here tonight led the first 24 laps of this race. Side by side with Keith Jeffrey, a guy who started outside the top 10 in the battle for second position here on lap 121. Jeffrey here tonight has been solid like stone. Every time another driver has contested him since he's been in second, has not given way, has allowed the drivers to make their own mistakes. He's been running his own line. Dave Bodillo, one of the drivers who was able to get around him just a little bit, but unfortunately really driving it, as you can see there, looking really loose coming off that fourth turn. And now Heath Smith digging for every inch to get up there yet again side by side with Keith Jeffrey. Caution flag coming out on lap 124. And a little mix up here with Kevin Odeo, the 63 car. Let's go back and take a look at that replay. The 44 car, Jason Meredith, just ahead. Right there, and wow, does the 63 of Odeo just drive right up into the 44 car. And Meredith is going to get spun out as a result. And that is going to bring out the next caution flag here at USA. Everybody back down pit road yet again. Let's see who wins the battle off. There goes the 59 of Holbrook. 88 of Jeffrey Heath Smith. Bodillo and company, Rick Webster. Heath Smith still with a 22.9 pit time. Keith Jeffrey that time had about a 23-second even. Bodillo had about a 23.5-second pit time. Holbrook, though, had a 21.7-second pit time. So it looks like he might have taken just a little bit less fuel. As they cross the start-finish line, folks, we're going to go ahead and take a look. Let's show you the race summary and your current top 5. So Gerald John tonight at 94 laps led of this race. 2 lead changes, 6 total cautions. Your current top 5, Gerald John, Heath Smith, Keith Jeffrey, David Bodillo, and Chad Miller. Lights off the pace car. We're going to be back green on lap 130. Just over 70 laps remaining. Here we go, ready to go back to the green. Gerald John, Heath Smith up front. Pace cars into the pits. Here we go, off goes John. There's the green flag. We're back to the race on lap 130. And the 59 of Gerald John. Last pit stop was a 20.8. Stays in front of the field. Heath Smith back there in second. John's seen about a 1.6 second lead, but has been closed in. And the 87 of RJ Bishop involved in this caution. Let's go back and take a look. And as we follow the 87 of RJ Bishop, just ahead, the 121 car is going to get into the back. The 121 of Daniel Muldrew is going to get into the back of the 85 of Eric Mullinex. And RJ Bishop's going to be involved in that one, and a little air time from the 121 of Daniel Muldrew. So that will bring out the 7th caution flag here at USA. And of course, with every caution flag coming out, some of the drivers have the setups where they enjoy the idea of not expending a lot of tire grip or fuel. But some of the drivers, as mentioned earlier, set their cars up for a long green flag run to where their cars actually get faster the longer they run on the track. So caution flags after caution flags puts a stint in that setup, or that strategy, if you will. And of course, the last caution flag coming out on lap 123 before this one. Had some good green flag running before that caution flag, though. Before lap 123, it looks about lap 64 was where the 5th caution flag had come out. We had a good close to 60 laps. 50, 60 laps of green flag racing. And of course, one of the drivers, Gerald John, set up for a long green flag run. Let's see what he's got here on this restart as the lights come off the pace car. We'll be back green on lap 137. Here we go, pace car into the pits. Gerald John off of turn number 4 to take us back to the green. Gets on the gas, there's the green flag, we're back to the race. In a side-by-side battle for third. Dave Bodillo to the inside. We're gonna have an incident in the backstretch. And Rick Webster, one of the drivers, I believe he went for a little roll there. Here's the restart. And a little checkup action there. As we follow the John Deere 18 of Rick Webster. And the contact's going to initially start with the 71 of Holbrook. And a big 4-car pileup, air action. Over and over the 18 of Rick Webster. The 44 there of Meredith involved, and Webster will get back down on all 4 tires. And you can see the smoke just pouring out of the front of that car down on pit road. Heavy damage there for the 18 of Rick Webster. So if you're just tuning in this lovely Sunday night, hope you had a happy holiday season as we transition into the 2017 year. This is the USA 200 Tour Modifieds here at USA International Speedway this Sunday night. Coming up in the Digital Forge lineup this week, tomorrow night the JSRL 360 Sprints will be in action at Lanier National Speedway. Tuesday night, you're going to see the Can-Am Modified Series at Southern National. And we'll be off Wednesday and Thursday night. Back Friday for the Loose Lug Nuts Bump and Run Friday Night Series at Dover. And of course, if you've been tuning in Saturday nights for the Cars Esports Tour, that comes back in action on the 7th of January. That's coming up this Saturday. They're going to be at Southern National Motorsports Park for the second time. Week number 4 for the Cars Esports Tour. Of course, Saturday nights, catch the qualifying action on Facebook Live, and the features will be broadcasted on YouTube and Twitch, iRacing Live, and CarsTour.tv. Lights up the pace car here on lap 142. We're ready to go back green as Gerald John and Heath Smith up front. Dave Bodillo, Keith Jeffrey, your front four. Pace cars into the pits. Here we go. Smith, John up front, back to the green. Here we go. Into lap 144, Gerald John pulls away to over a quarter second lead over Dave Bodillo, who's now in second position. Keith Smith falls back to third. Keith Jeffrey, who had been running up in second, is in fourth. Chris Forrester rounding out the top 5. Single file action there from the top 8 drivers. And a big pull away from the rest of the field. Looking at about a 1.5 to 2 second gap between Mullinex and Bishop. That is the difference between 8th and 9th position. RJ Bishop, the 87 machine, back there. You can see the gap just right ahead. And late X. Tarbox Jr. back in 10th position. Of course, the top 10 cars on the lead lap. Gerald John, total of 114 laps led now. Dave Bodillo in the position he wants to be, right behind the leader for an opportunity to pass. But the question is, does he have the long run setup if we go the distance to be able to edge out the 59 of Gerald John? The 59 car that we have seen take off the longer it stays under green. One of the cars who had almost a 2-second lead here earlier tonight. Keith Smith back in third, about close to 0.4 of a second off your race leader. Then you're going to see a little bit of a gap between Smith and Keith Jeffrey. Keith Jeffrey here tonight starting 11, just outside of the top 10, been up in the second position. Another driver who has a good long run setup on his car. Less than 50 laps remaining now, folks, in tonight's race. And a little wall contact from Gerald John. That's going to bring Bodillo up to the high side here in turn number 3. on lap 154, heading into lap 155. Keith Smith looking to the inside of Dave Bodillo in a battle for second. Oh, and Bodillo flirting with that wall in the backstretch. Rick Webster down on pit road. And slow traffic ahead here for Gerald John heading into turns 3 and 4. As Webster just come off pit road, looked like he had to serve a stop and go. And let's see how John reacts to the slow traffic ahead. And it wasn't Webster, it's the 76 car. That is Stephen Costley. That the drivers on the lead lap are swinging by. Of course, John Perkins, one of the drivers we've seen in the top 5 early on in this race, who definitely started in the top 5 in 4th position, currently running 7th, close to 5 seconds behind Gerald John at this point, here on lap 161. A little bit of tag of the wall from Chad Miller. Gerald John now looking at some more live traffic just ahead. The 07 of Randy Murphy ahead, and I believe it's the 67 car. John's able to navigate by it, and Dave Bodillo still keeping the pressure under 0.2 of a second behind Gerald John here on lap 164. Nice green flag running now. Last caution flag came out on lap 136, folks. If that gives you an idea of the green flag run that they've had now. How about the 132 laps led by this guy right here, the 59 Untamed Motorsports of Gerald John. Keith Jeffrey back in 4th position, about 1.4 seconds off your race leader. Previous lap was of 19.88, folks, compared to a 19.857 set by Gerald John the last lap. And Bodillo now. Little checkup action there in turn 3. Heath Smith going to go for it. To the inside of Dave Bodillo. Side-by-side race action. And a pinch from the 07 and Heath Smith. Oh, what a way to use a lap car. Randy Murphy became a roadblock as Heath Smith forced the 16 of Bodillo up the track right behind Murphy, and now is currently sitting in second position. Bodillo has fallen off to about a 3/4 second pace behind Gerald John and about 0.3 of a second behind the two of Heath Smith. Less than 30 laps remaining here at USA. Gerald John, of course, in that whole incident, still leading close to a half a second over Heath Smith. As you can see, the field in the gappage between each of the top positions. The 87 of R.J. Bishop now to the high side of your leader. And Gerald John feeling the pressure from Heath Smith off of turn 4. 25 laps remain, folks. Still battling up front. Gerald John in front of Heath Smith. Dave Bodillo trying to climb back towards the 2's bumper. A little payback needed to Heath Smith from Dave Bodillo. Tarbox Jr., the lap traffic up to the high side as Bodillo works to the inside off of turn 4. He'll be side by side with Tarbox across the start-finish line. Into the front stretch, 20 laps now remain. Gerald John, 147 laps led. Can he hold on to the lead? Been as far as almost 2 seconds over the field during green flag runs, but this time only leading by about 0.3 of a second over the 2 of Heath Smith currently. Anything can happen as we get closer to the final few laps of this race. See the 76 once again up to the high side, and that is Stephen Costley. And at this point, the way things are going, Dave Bodillo is going to need a caution. Meritus, the driver, just in front of Gerald John. as they come across the start-finish line. Heath Smith to the inside, side-by-side action. Merita's going to be right in front of Bodillo, but he's going to go to the inside before turn 3. And as you see there, John and Smith are starting to pull away. Dave Bodillo just over 3/4 of a second gap between Gerald John and now Heath Smith. Less than 0.15 seconds off the bumper of Gerald John. Taking a peek to the inside. Less than 15 laps now remain. What a journey it has been here tonight at USA. It's no easy feat to run this long of a distance. As we're following your leaders, here is a look at the race summary. 2 lead changes tonight, folks. 8 total cautions. Heath Smith, your pole sitter, fighting down behind the 59 of Gerald John, a driver who has dominated this race. A 155 lap lead column slot there for that driver. The next time by, we're going to see 10 laps to go. Heath Smith looking for opportunities to pass the 59 of Gerald John. Keith Jeffrey back there trying to pass Dave Bodillo for 3rd. It's a nice little battle going on here. Bodillo protecting the inside, 10 laps remaining. And Bodillo's going to touch a little bit of the apron, get loose. There was some push from the 88 of Keith Jeffrey, and a little contact up front. Heath Smith goes to the race lead with 9 laps to go. What a turn of events. Contact was made between Gerald John and Heath Smith, and now Heath Smith, a half a second lead. Talk about a sleeping giant right there. The guy who set the pole, led the first 24 laps of this race, has been patiently waiting behind the 59 of Gerald John. Made some contact, a little bump and run, and has taken over the race lead. Six laps to go for Heath Smith. The upset of the night, if he can pull off victory here at USA. From a driver who dominated 158 laps of this race, now sits in 2nd position. About a half a second behind the 2 of a driver who set the pole here tonight. Four laps to go, and I don't think that Gerald John is going to catch Heath Smith. If a caution flag would come out, knock on wood, grab your rabbit's foot, whatever point of luck that you need to see that this thing ends under green, folks. Because if anything, if a caution flag comes out, the field is frozen as is. 3 laps to go. What a turn of events this late in the race. Bodillo's able to hold off Keith Jeffrey, and the next time by, Heath Smith is going to see the white flag. Off of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen, the white flag's in the air. One more lap for Heath Smith. Rick Webster, the lap traffic just ahead, is going to pull up to the high side. It's cruise control mode now for the 2 car. Here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen, off of turn 4, your winner tonight, the number 2, the guy who set the pole, Heath Smith, takes victory at USA International Speedway. Fireworks in the air. There is your winner, the number 2 of Heath Smith. Played the patient game very well behind a driver who led majority of the race, and through a little bit of bump and run action was able to take victory here at USA. As the fireworks continue, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the results on your screen, folks, for a heck of a night of racing. Let's take a look real quick, though. We'll show you the race summary. 3 lead changes here tonight. 8 total cautions. We're going to look to get some driver interviews for you. We're going to be joined now by tonight's winner, the number 2 of Heath Smith, the guy who took the pole early on in tonight's race and led the first 24 laps. And after that, pretty much stared at the bumpers of a few drivers and a late, and I mean late, attempt at passing pulls off the success around Gerald John. Heath, tell us a little bit about that strategy and the way you were working to get around that 59 car.
It was tough. We had the set we had was very good on the long run. I was hoping the second to last caution we would just stay green and run this thing out on the old tires. We'd have had 100 and something laps on the tires, and that's what I really focused on this week in practice was having a really good car on long runs. I thought maybe we would get a long run later on, kind of like we did. I think we had a 64 lap run there at the end, and it just kind of paid off. Gerald was getting in. He might have been getting in a little loose into the corner, making him push up, and then I was able to get the drive off the corner. And I just kind of waited on him to slip up. He slipped up coming off the corner. I had a good run, dove to the inside, and got it to the checker flag.
Excellent job done here tonight. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for your victory?
Oh, absolutely. I got to thank Yale Force Racing, and then I got to thank Richard Smith and Andy Van Cleef. We worked pretty hard on the setup. We always focused on long run sets, and I was really surprised with our qualifying trim. I was not expecting to be on the pole, but we turned a good lap in that. But those 2 guys, they put in a lot of time, a lot of effort this week with me. Unfortunately, Richard couldn't make it. He was out of town, but nonetheless, I brought it home for us, and it was a fun race. I appreciate everybody that put it on. Looking forward to doing another one. Great group of guys here.
Well, Heath, congratulations on your victory here at USA, and definitely the hard-fought battle that we saw in this 200-lap event, and look forward to seeing some great race action coming out of you in the future.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, folks, we're going to be joined now by the driver who finishes in third here tonight, the number 16 of David, and I believe it's Bodillo. Is that correct?
Yeah, Bodillo.
Okay. And kind of going into these things, I never really have an opportunity to have pronunciation, so I got to make best with what I got. And I tell you what, a pleasure to watch you turn the 16 car for the 200 laps here tonight at USA. Hard-fought battle that we've seen with guys like Heath Smith here tonight, Keith Jeffrey as well. You really fought to keep that car up into the top 5 here tonight. Fortunately, the little battle and spat there with Heath Smith, got your car a little loose there on the apron, and after that kind of fell back outside about the half a second range, not able to catch the top two drivers, but you did have a nice little battle there with the 88 of Keith Jeffrey. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, that was a real good race. I just kept burning up my tires, trying to run up on the high side. I mean, I could be fast up there, but it would run them up pretty quick. And then when I got loose running with Heath there, that finished him off. I was fighting it at that point.
An excellent job, nonetheless. A little bit cooler temperatures. Did you notice the track conditions change a little bit from the start of the race and once it got rubbered up?
Oh yeah, big time. Even coming through practice and everything like that. In the beginning there, the bottom was the place to be, and then at least for me, moving up to the top, I felt better, but I was just burning up my tires, running too hard up there to stay with the pace.
But you're able to bring it home for a podium finish here tonight. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give?
Just Untamed Motorsports, all the guys over there, definitely Kyle, Keith, Gerald, everyone who made this thing possible today, Adam for being live admin, you guys for the broadcast. It's a great deal.
All right, Dave, congratulations on your third place finish, and go home and celebrate.
Thanks, guys.
All right, folks, we're going to be joined now, driver who was very dominant in tonight's race, a total of 158 laps led. Pretty much all the way up towards the end, you were looking really solid. Almost had a 2-second lead at one point in this race during some green flag runs. Did your car have the setup for a long green flag run? Is that what kind of strategy you were playing here tonight, Gerald?
Yeah, that's kind of the way we were setting it up. Is we were hoping to get that big long run and just kind of pull away a little bit and then try to just milk her home from there. And when Heath got behind me there at the end, I made a little mistake, and you can't do that with Heath behind you. He's too good to make a mistake. So he did a great job.
He definitely kept the pressure on you for the most part of the final laps of the race. And a little contact that we saw, he was able to sneak underneath you there as well. Did you have a little contact with the apron there? Is that part of the slip up that you're talking about?
Yeah, I just got in there a little bit. Just got in there, a little hot and got down on the apron and just barely touched it and upset the car a little bit. Just a slight break in concentration and just kind of missed my mark ever so slightly. And Heath was right there, so you got to tip a cap to him.
Well,
this race was a lot of fun. These guys did a fantastic job.
Well, definitely getting in a 200-lap event is no small feat to be able to bring home a runner-up finish. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I just want to shout out to Untamed Motorsports. All the guys on my team worked real hard on the setup. Dave, this is actually Dave Bodio's setup, and I appreciate it. He did a bunch of work. I had to work today, so I couldn't spend some time to do the setup, so I really appreciate everything he did. I'd like to thank everybody that set this up, Kyle O'Danick, and I know Adam did the admin stuff, all those guys, fantastic. Thank you guys for putting it on streaming it and everything. We really appreciate it. And I'd like to thank Dunleavy's Truck and Trailer Repair and oh man, I forgot my other sponsor. That's not good. But thanks to Dunleavy's Truck and Trailer Repair. I really appreciate all their help.
Well, congratulations on your runner-up finish and bringing that 59 machine into a runner-up slot here at USA, Gerald.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to be joined. We got two more guys that we're going to bring in here to talk a little bit about tonight. Two guys that made this event possible. Adam Maddox, of course, running the admin race control side of things here tonight, and the gentleman Keith Jeffrey, who kind of organized and set this thing up in coordination with Adam Maddox. Gentlemen, how you guys doing tonight? Did you have a great race? Did you enjoy this race here tonight?
I think that was one of the best races I've ever been a part of, and I mean, on both sides of it, being able to put that on, I'm pretty proud of that. And then to be able to keep up with Gerald and Heath and those guys at the end, man, that's incredible.
How did the admin side of things go for you, Adam?
Well, fortunately, I didn't have any trouble.
And it looks like having a little microphone issue cutting in and out there. We'll come right back to you, Adam. But Keith, little bit of thoughts. Is there anything, I know we didn't really have a chance to talk to you before the race here tonight, but Is there anything that you'd like to let the viewers know about the event, special event here tonight?
Just that, this wasn't just me. It was a lot of guys that helped put this on, and the money was all donated from tour modified guys. We did a race about a month ago and had $40 in winnings, and everybody donated the money right back. And then today, Kevin O'Dow donated a little bit more, Kyle O'Danick, myself, so it was definitely a group effort by one of the best communities in this deal.
Definitely a great race indeed. 200 laps at a track over a half a mile is no small feat by any means here at Lakeland, Florida. It was a great race put on, and we're going to swing back here and try one more shot here at Adam, see what it was like to be in the race control booth here for this race.
Yeah, can you pick me up now, Dustin?
Yeah, we got you solid now.
Excellent. It was a great race to watch. It was a great race to admin. Things got a little hectic there in the middle, but it was great to watch the tension build as Heath and David were running down Gerald, and he was holding them off, and you just knew something big was going to happen.
And a dramatic finish to an excellent race here tonight. Gentlemen, thank you very much for the opportunity to be able to bring this racing to these viewers out here tonight. Is there any final words you'd like to leave with the viewers?
No, just come back. We're going to do it again soon, and thank you for putting it on. I can't wait to go back and watch.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and if you're out there and you're curious about the tour mod and want to join Sim Racing Short Trackers on our weekly racing series, it's Wednesday nights at 7 o'clock for practice, 8 o'clock for the race.
All right, thank you much for your time, gentlemen, and we look forward to having some great things coming up by the wayside. All right, folks, well, that is going to do it for us here for this New Year's Day special event. The USA 200 Tour Modifieds race results have been on your screen. The top 10, Heath Smith taking victory after a late race pass on the inside of the 59 of Gerald John, who will finish second here tonight. Dave Bodio, Keith Jeffrey, Chad Miller running out your top 5. John Perkins, Eric Molinax, Robert Tarbox Jr., R.J. Bishop, and Chris Forrester rounding out the top 10. Looking on back, Kevin O'Deo, Glenn Pressel III, Randy Murphy, Jason Meredith, Avis Ladak, Daniel Muldrew, Tyler Chadwick, Rick Webster, Gary Holbrook, Stephen Costley is going to round out the field through 20. Roy Scrivano, Joseph Gulata, Junior Harville, Clifton Cockrell, Connor Blaze, Kyle O'Danick, Jason Perkins, John Minotto, Adam Maddox. John Minotto, of course, the 28 car field here tonight is Adam Maddox, Andrew McCall, and Kenneth Boehm not able to field out here tonight. Of course, Maddox working in the race control booth up there. But nevertheless, folks, appreciate you tuning in here tonight. Hope you enjoyed the 200 lap event here at USA International Speedway. And again, coming up tomorrow night here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network, we're going to have the JSRL 360 sprint cars as they will look to take on Lanier National Speedway in their season. Coming up Tuesday night, Can-Am Tour Modified Series will be at Southern National Motorsports Park. We'll be off until Friday when the Loose Lug Nuts Bump and Run Friday Night Series continues at Dover. Coming up Saturday night, the Cars Esport Tour back in action for week number 4 at Southern National Motorsports Park. A great race. Josh Berry and Josh Dietz taking victory in both series that we have. 2 different series. We'll be broadcasting the qualifying and last chance qualifiers out on Facebook. The features will be at 9 o'clock on YouTube, Twitch, iRacing Live, and Cars Tour TV. Hope you had a safe and happy holiday season, folks. We look forward to bringing you the great race action here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network coming up this 2017 year. But that will do it for us here tonight. I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in, folks, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everyone.